Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am with Elisa from the Boot Pizzeria in Huntsville, Alabama. Thanks so much for joining me here today, Elisa.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate the opportunity.
So introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about you and your family and being here in Huntsville.
My name is Elisa De Baggis Massimi, and I own the Boot Pizzeria with my family. We have purchased the actual boot building in 1996. And we had a roof clay tile and arches, and I thought that for me was my little piece of Tuscany, a little piece of Italy. And but a lot of people, they still call it the weird yellow building bus. But if you go in Tuscany, all the roof tiles, clay, the colors, and the yellow building, that's how, I'm one of the thousand.
Where are you from in Italy?
I am from Roma, and I want to say I, like most of Italian people, I was born and raised in Roma. Both my grandmothers are from North Italy, and both of my grandfathers are either from Roma or south of Italy. So I have an influence from, both, because a lot of times people, they talk about the northern and southern Italy food style. We have 20 regions, and really we have 20 different styles of cooking, and then each province has a different style. So I've learned to love all of them.
Allora. Yeah, I have traveled through Italy extensively. I love it all.
It's different, and I mean, you may or may not find in every single restaurant that they have lasagna, or may not have the lasagna, but they may have the same spaghetti dish. But I mean, I have never tested the same spaghetti dish in two restaurants. Everybody has just a different touch, a different hand. And the spice, they just move with the wind over there.
Well, and when Italians cook for you, you can taste the love, as far as I'm concerned. you
Yep.
know that it tastes differently because everyone is different, but absolutely, totally agree. So how long have you been in Huntsville?
My father was transferred over here for a missile program in 1992. And in 1998, I opened my first restaurant, which was Villa Fiore Restaurant. And it was from 98 to 2005. And then, I was like, I need to have a break. But then in 2013, my brother said, we have the property, we should be able, let's do a pizza place. Let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, okay. So he helps me tremendously, even though a lot of times people think that I'm the image of the restaurant. I am the restaurant, but it's, the brain behind me. It keeps me in shape.
So it's a family-run restaurant. So it's your brother. Do you have other family that work with you?
My mom and my dad are still here with us, and they help me tremendously. My son is 10 years old. He's not involved, even though I think he knows more than us sometimes. Because
well, they definitely know the technology. Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually helped him. I told him, I need to have the Zoom meeting, and he hooked me up. I was like, I don't have to worry about things.
What gave you the idea of the boot?
We had our restaurant that was Villa Fiore, and everybody could not pronounce that. And so me and my brother, we said one thing for sure, and we wanted to use the name, like Mange or Mamma Mia, those kind of things. And then I was like, well, we were like watching the news and looking at the boot, and I'm like, everybody, every time they watch the news, they always, stare. That's the only country people knows
Right.
because of the shape, and it's the boot. So I was like, the boot is, and so we are the boot.
Well, last year I had the wonderful opportunity to visit the heel. I got to go to Puglia.
Oh,
And
that's beautiful.
that was totally different Italian cuisine than I was used to in the north and even Rome and even the south. I was not expecting it. Being along the coast, I was expecting more fish dishes, and but it was much more meat and potatoes, which was it was delicious.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your online cooking classes.
Well, again, I bring up my brother, and he's been telling me that I had one of the greatest idea ever, and I heard that he was telling that to somebody, and I'm like, I like that because it's the kind of person that will not do a compliment, even though it thinks highly of you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was thinking, I'm like, I do my cooking class every Monday night at 6 p.m. And, usually I have 14, 15, 16 people coming. Yeah. We have about over 600 members on my cooking class group on Facebook. And I was like,
what is the Facebook page, Elisa?
The Facebook, we have the Boot Pizzeria, and that is for the restaurant.
Okay.
And then we have the Boot Cooking Classes, and it's a group that is free to join. And you join, and basically I post my classes, I post a recipe that I do at home. I have, especially during the quarantine, I did a lot of quick little short recipes so people they could see what we're doing. And so something simple.
Yeah.
So I was like, so if I prepare everything and I prepare like a tray of food, I can cook it, and then people they can cook along with me. And so my first class, really I don't pick challenges. I said lasagna. And I was like, oh my God. So we had about 18 people sign up. And so it was the logistic, they called before, they pay ahead, and then the tray would be prepared. And I have the specialty, like for example, I have people they cannot have eggs in their pasta dough, and I was like, I can do that. And then other people that cannot have meat, and so I was like, oh, I can do that too. So I have just for some people,
right,
because they want to do the class,
right, and tailoring it to the special diet.
Yes. And so I started to do. We had the lasagna. We the ravioli, we have the fettuccine alfredo, we have the eggplant parmigiana, we have the gnocchi. I made a lot of different recipes. The classes, when I do the class on Monday night, I teach an antipasto, a pasta, an entry, and a dessert.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the 4 recipes is $25 a person and includes the meal.
Yeah.
And I have religiously the same people coming plus the other. So I have my average of cooking classes. It's I want to say 14 people. We had a cooking class this past Monday, and I had my 6 people, my first 6 people, and so it's a nice social event. People they get together. They if somebody doesn't show up, I was like, is she sick? She's okay. And I wanna, my restaurant for me, it's that extended village.
Yeah.
This week we're doing ragu sauce. We're doing like some people they call it the bolognese. Some people call it the ragu. It just varies of something, the cuts of the meat. But I'm making the ragu, which is I want to say basic, because there's a lot to explain, and I provide all the items, and then people they follow me. Like I roll all my pasta. We chop all the vegetables. We don't buy everything frozen or I have people that say, oh, I don't do tiramisu, I just don't like it. And I'm like, listen, try my tiramisu.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you don't like it.
They haven't had homemade. They probably
Then they have like in Italy, you can buy the tiramisu with the with the lady fingers, but a lot of the pastry shop they make it with the sponge cake. There's a restaurant in Roma that is open since 1940. The name is La Villetta. This guy has an Instagram account. And it cracks me up. I mean, this guy is crazy. And they serve a tiramisu freshly made, like to the order. The best carbonara pasta in the world. I mean, one time I was teaching about the carbonara pasta, and my brother, he is the king of the carbonara. He makes it perfect.
Okay, so I noticed on your website you have wine specials as well.
Yeah, so we have, right now that we're back to, like, let's say, quote unquote, regular business. On Tuesday night when we have trivia, we offer 50% off on all wine bottles. That is, a nice evening that we have. My brother had to twist my arm on this serving wings. And apparently we have one of the best wings around. So it comes up with this honey habanero, because he loves these, recipes. It comes up, see, the wings are not on the menu. And we sell over 4 cases of wings each week.
How do you find out about the secret menu?
You come often, so we do have several. Our menu is our menu. It's our staple menu. We always have the lasagna, we have the chicken parma, we have the cannelloni. But then on Thursday night, I usually make a special pasta dish. Friday and Saturday, my brother makes his meat specials. So we feel like we're always evolving. We don't have a seasonal menu. We're floating with the menu like week by week. What is.
Sure. Yeah.
Now you've been in Italy a lot of times. A lot of the time you find Alfredo.
You don't.
Alfredo is not on the menu.
No.
Alfredo is not in the kitchen. We have our barbecue sausage pizza. Well, the barbecue sauce, which to me is the most Roman pizza that we have. We make our own sausages. Okay, and. Which is this is like a century recipe of this. We butcher our own because we get to the piece of pork and we butcher everything. Okay, wow. And then we make the sausage, and we make this sausage log, and my brother smokes it, and then we slice it like a salami. Okay, and this pizza, the barbecue sausage pizza, has that with mushroom and blue cheese, which is basically gorgonzola, funghi, and salsiccia, which is like, wherever you go in Roma, you have that. But then, we have the duck pizza that has the Tuscany onion on it. We have the shrimp boy pizza because we have the arugula, and we put a little bit of southern because it's the shrimp boy. But it's kind of like an Italian dish, but with a little spicy shrimp on it. We have the seafood pizza, and I say you have to try the menu first.
Yeah. Well, Elisa, thank you so much for joining me here today. Thanks for being a part of Talking Travel with Wendy, and I look forward to putting my first order in. It's probably going to be tonight.
Wonderful. Brianna, she's at the phone. I love Brianna. She's always so joyful. But I see you have the boot behind your shoulders. I can see you have 2 maps. So the boot is always over there. I'm so glad. You need a bigger map just with the boot.
Hi, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have much more content on my website, travelwithwendy.net, and you can also support this channel by becoming a Patreon patron. The links are below. Remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.